This video is one I am so excited to talk about because we're going to be talking about my favorite travel credit card to use. Currently, I only have one credit card and it is the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I get questions all the time over on Instagram about my strategy using this card, especially when people saw that I used it to pay for 5 nights during my honeymoon in Southeast Asia. In this video, I'll be talking about all the benefits of this card, who it's meant for, the annual fee, as well as some of my strategy about how I use my points. So let's get started. Hey travelers, my name is Juliana and that's my husband Martín. We've been traveling around the world for 4 years and fitting it into our lives any way possible, whether that be volunteering in hostels, working on cruise ships, taking short weekend adventures, or living as expats working remotely. Our goal is to show you how to have unique and memorable trips no matter what your circumstances. Something I think a lot of you guys don't realize is that I am very passionate about personal finance. I've actually been paying off my student loans for a couple years now and I'm almost done. I am a big believer that debt is not something that you should have. You should try to live a debt-free life as much as you can. But of course, credit cards, where does that lie on the spectrum? I think that if you're a responsible user of credit cards, it can be a huge plus and perk to help you achieve your dreams of traveling. Credit cards are definitely something that can be really risky if you aren't a responsible spender. Paying off all your balance at the end of each month gives you the peace of mind that you can actually afford the trips you're taking and you get, all the benefits that come along with that card. And I think that's how this card in particular should be used. At the time of filming this, the annual fee in May 2020 is $550 a year, which is crazy. But before you call me crazy for paying that amount, I just wanted to mention that with this, you get a $300 travel credit each year. If you're a traveler, even if you're just going across the US, you will spend $300 on a flight probably. So knowing that you're going to take a trip of any kind, even if it's an Uber ride, staying at a campground, paying for parking, using a bridge toll, all those things count as travel. So this credit can be applied to those things. That basically brings your annual fee down to $250 when you think about it that way. This $300 travel credit gets automatically applied to your statement, which is such a pleasant surprise. Just recently, I had purchased a flight and I saw that my travel credit had kicked in for this year and it was, surprise, free, which is such a great thing. Now let's talk about the sign-up bonus. This is huge. Currently, there's a sign-up bonus of 50,000 points if you spend $4,000 within the first 3 months. 50,000 points could easily be worth around $1,000 in value. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little jealous because I didn't qualify for this bonus when I got this card since I had already had the Chase Sapphire Preferred, which is why I say that if you have a big trip coming up, a big purchase that you're making, plan it so that you get the card around that time, because if you have that amount of points, it will be worth so much for your next trip. I'll be talking a little bit about how I use those points a little bit later. But before I do, I want to talk about my favorite part, which is the perks that come with this card. I ultimately decided that I wanted this card when I knew I wanted global entry and TSA pre-check, which is valued at $100 currently. When you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, your fee that you pay to get those is covered on your statement. They'll pay for that fee, which is definitely worth it. I love having global entry. It has changed the game for travel, and that alone makes me want to keep up this card, as well as the Priority Pass lounge access. I get to go to any Priority Pass lounge, and I have saved so much money in the airport by doing so. I don't buy food in the food courts anymore. I just eat up at the lounges, and there's some really cool ones, and you feel super bougie doing it. So if they had gotten rid of all the other perks and just offered global entry, TSA pre-check, and lounges, and the travel credit, I would still keep this card because it is so worth it to me. It is so much fun, and best of all, you get to take 2 guests in with you as well, depending on the lounge. Some do have strict rules, but I've been able to get 2 guests in at most of them. Some other fun benefits that have been added this year are the Lyft Pink membership, as well as the unlimited DoorDash delivery. Lyft Pink is super cool because you get 15% off each Lyft ride, you get priority pickup, surprise offers, and relaxed cancellation fees. This is valued at least $199. Plus, you earn 10 times points for every Lyft ride you purchase. 10 times. That is unheard of. I don't use Lyft too much when I'm traveling internationally, but when I do have to go to the airport, that's great to know that my ride is 15% off and I'm earning 10 times points on it. So Definitely a cool perk. I can't wait to try out more in 2020. You also get $60 of DoorDash credits in 2020 and 2021, which adds up to $120 in credit. Plus, you get unlimited restaurant deliveries with a $0 delivery fee and reduced service fees on orders over $12 for a minimum of 1 year. Lastly, with Chase Sapphire Reserve, you get a couple other perks as well. You get primary rental car insurance, trip cancellation and delay coverage, travel accident insurance, lost luggage reimbursement, roadside assistance of up to $50 per incident, a concierge service, access to the luxury hotel and resort collection, purchase and return protection, and no foreign transaction fee. That one's definitely my favorite. I just wanted to mention that also the customer service you get through this card is unmatchable. I've had such great experience when I talked to their customer service team. I actually ran into a terrible incident back before our honeymoon where my flight was canceled and I could not get my refund from the airline. It was just a never-ending battle of me just continuing to call the airline, them telling me there was nothing they can do to get me a refund for the flight they canceled. So I called Chase, they stepped in, and I was able to file a claim through them. They reimbursed me right away for this $2,000 flight and handled getting the money back from the vendors themselves. That was so worth it to me. I was so thankful I had a card and a company that backed me up and helped me to get my return. So definitely, if you're a traveler, you've probably run into a situation like that before. Just know that they have your back. So clearly there's a lot of benefits that make this card worth it, and we haven't even talked about the point collection system yet. You get 3 times points for every travel and dining purchase that you make. 3 times is definitely a high standard in this industry. Triple points, it can just add up so quickly, especially when you're traveling so often. And I wanted to flag that once again, they consider travel to be flights, hotels, motels, campgrounds, tolls, bridge fees, rental cars, cruises. There's a lot of options. So I found myself, when I was in Mexico, I was taking Uber all the time. I kept earning triple points on it. It was just such a nice surprise. You also earn 1 times points on everything else. And during the time of coronavirus, they actually offered 5 times points on grocery purchases, which was very nice of them. That's something that's ending, I believe, end of July 2020, but still shows that they really care about their customers and that this is definitely the card you can make a lot of points on. Like I said, I pay off my statements at the end of each month, so for me, I'm just earning a ton of points for the purchases I'm already making. But what is my strategy in terms of spending points? That is what I'm going to talk about now. You can redeem your points a few different ways. You can do cash back or gift cards, which I'll admit I was doing for the first year or 2 that I had a Chase card, and I really regret doing it. Although that is helpful and you can get some money back for your credit card statement, I really don't think that's the way to go. The best way to use your card is to use it for transferring to airline partners or hotel partners. You can also book trips through the Chase portal, and you get 50% more value when you purchase that way. I've done it a couple times, but I tend to just like to transfer to travel partners because you can find some really good deals that way. Some of their travel partners include Southwest, Emirates, British Airways, KLM and Air France, as well as Hyatt, Marriott, and a bunch of others. I was able to book 2 nights in a super nice hotel in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia for 5,000 points a night, and in Bali at the Hyatt Regency for 8,000 points a night. Now just think about it, if you were to take that 50,000 sign-up bonus, you're talking potentially getting up to 10 nights at a hotel like a Hyatt, which if you have a big trip coming up, that is such a nice relief to have that taken off your budget. Right now, my favorite way to spend points is through hotels, just because I really like to have a nice place to stay. It's such a nice bonus for me. But a lot of people do like to redeem them through airlines as well. I love transferring over to Southwest. It is so quick and easy. The points basically act like miles. If you're part of the Southwest Rewards program, you just transfer the points over there and then you can start booking flights with those points. If you don't have enough, of course, you can always purchase points through that airline to help you top up to reach whatever the mileage amount you need is for the flight that you want. I am definitely not an expert when it comes to using these for airlines, and I've learned so much from my friend Matthew Tasker over on YouTube. He has a channel. I met him a couple years ago and he's always been my resource I go to when I need help for flights. So I'll link his profile down below. And then I also love to read on the Points Guy's blog about how he recommends using points most of the time when I'm using points to fly, I will consult those two places first before I make any purchases. Transferring miles to a partner that's already on Chase is super easy. Like if you use Southwest to get around, they're one of the partners that you can transfer to. But a partner that they don't have is American Airlines, for example, or Delta. Now let's talk about American Airlines. If there's a flight that I wanted to take with American, what we could do instead is transfer to one of their partners that does partner with Chase, which in this case would be Iberia, which is a part of the One World Alliance. Your points would transfer to Iberia's Avios program, and a flight non-stop from San Francisco to Madrid in high season is around 30,000 Avios. So once again, if you get that sign-up bonus, you're looking at a flight to Madrid completely covered. And even if you've already spent your bonus points, that's still a pretty easy amount you can spend, considering that you get triple points for any travel and dining purchases. I was able to stockpile my points for 2 years and was able to redeem them for a long haul flight over to Asia, as well as 5 nights in a hotel. Like I said, if you're a traveler or have a big trip coming up, this is the card for you. I'd say this card is really worth it for those travelers who do more than 5 trips in a year. I've loved having this card while traveling. It's just made my life so much easier, and I hope this video was helpful in teaching you guys about this card. I'll link a few resources in my description that could help you even further, some articles as well as Matthew's channel, and I'll leave a link to where you can sign up for this credit card. I don't get any benefit from doing this, just for the record. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more helpful travel tips and travel guides. Love talking to you guys and telling you about this amazing card. So long, travel well, and make the world your neighborhood. See you guys next time. Bye!